My vision for the wellness is a pretty grand idea, but it's a day where we don't have this discussion. It's just common. It's normal that you go through a bad call and you seek the help that you need, that you talk to somebody, or that you get the counseling. And it's not a stigma. It's just a normal thing we do every day. It's part of our job. That's what I'd like to see.
So my vision is that people feel safe. That's the environment. From the beginning, I try to help them understand. Be the hero that asks for help. I want that for you. But I think bigger than that, we as administrators and even city government need to recognize that we need a culture of resiliency that supports our officers, meaning they need to take their vacations. We need to make sure they take them and not feel guilty for taking the time off, because that matters, and them coming to work healthy means that they're going to be able to do this job the way that they need to do it.
I've seen a lot over my 30 years of experience in law enforcement. I've seen, officers commit suicide. I've seen very grotesque scenes responding to whether it be a vehicle accident or homicide or a child case, and it wears on you. And so the importance of wellness and the importance of taking care of yourself and basically telling yourself, hey, it's okay to go talk to somebody, because 30 years ago when I came on, that wasn't out there. It wasn't okay to go have a conversation with a psychologist, or, we have a very robust wellness program in San Diego that's nationally recognized. And so we tell officers all the time, in fact, when I address the new troops, I need a healthy you. I need a healthy you at home. I need a healthy you at work. And when you have a traumatic incident or you respond to a call, whether it be a suicide or something very bad, it's okay for you to go talk. In fact, I want you to go talk to those folks. I want you to talk to a peer support. I want you to talk to the officers in wellness, because they've been through that and they understand the ups and downs that you're going to go through. And then we have a very robust psychological services group focus. We want you to partake in all of that. And I also want you to partake in family services too, if it's impacting your family. This is a phenomenal job, but it also takes a toll on you if you're not taking care of yourself well in wellness and making sure you're both healthy, both physically and mentally. And so that's why wellness is so important, and why it's so important to make certain that you're using all the resources to stay healthy.
The vision for my officers, especially my younger officers, is to realize there's life outside of law enforcement, and not to take everything so seriously about the job, but to make sure they spend that time outside the job on their own well-being and mental and physical health.
And we really need to be thinking about how we're going to work with our folks, the programs that we're going to put into place that should be just as mandatory as any other training for their emotional well-being that they can sustain through all those decades of this career.
It really is about the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual. And those are the three components that when we put our wellness program together, I thought was very important. And that's why, we have the peer support, we have the chaplain program, and, that's why we redid our gym. Because I wanted people, to feel that they could come to work and work out, or after a stressful day work out, right? But also the ability to say, hey, listen, I just watched somebody commit suicide. I think I need to talk to my chaplain, or I need to talk to a peer that maybe has gone through this, or I need some personal counseling. And so those are the components that I see as wellness, where you have a traumatic event and you don't feel good about it, you can actually reach out and get some help without any stigma, with confidentiality, right? And realizing that other people are utilizing these services.
I would like my officers to know that it's okay to be human. And I think oftentimes that our officers forget that, and they put on not only the armor of their vest, but they put an armor over their feelings and over their heart, and they forget that it's okay to be human. And so having a wellness program that really supports our officers is invaluable to our organization. And so we need to take care of our people first, and it's just really important that they have a safe environment, whether it be peer-to-peer, officer-to-officer, or counseling services or resources available to them. I think that it needs to come from the top down, and that the officers need to know that their well-being is number one to us.
I heard this kind of analogy a number of years ago, and it's always stuck with me, that as a parent of a child, you wouldn't put them in a pool with a lifeguard that couldn't swim. And I see that with our officers as well, is that they need to be healthy to respond to the issues that they deal with every day. And so they have to take care of themselves. They have to be willing to deal with the trauma that they see, whether it's through counseling or whatever program that they happen to be involved in.
I liked for my officers to be both mentally and physically well. And there's different ways of doing that. Obviously, it's communication, talking to your spouses, talking to your coworkers, talking to professionals if need be, keeping friends both inside this profession and outside this profession to maintain that well-balanced mental stability, as well as physical. And physical is anything from exercise to doing enjoyable things that you enjoy on your days off, to just to de-stress and have that positive mental and physical outlook.
That wellness I want to see is the balancing of work and training and their home life, and also supported by resources that it's my duty and my responsibility to provide for them.
We have to understand the impact of our job. We have to understand how important our job is, and we have to be able to process that power, that impact in a positive way, and then learn to appreciate that what we're doing really is a good thing. I think when you're able to do that, it takes away from the carnage, it takes away from the trauma and all the bad things, because when you get in a bad situation, we feel like we have to do something good to make up for that, and that's what cops do.
So I believe that we as police chiefs across the U.S. need to demonstrate through our own actions that we are committed to the wellness of our young officers and, critically important, our young civilian employees. The obvious commitment is physical fitness programs, and those are ongoing. But the not so obvious commitment is demonstration by all the police chiefs that I value you as a police officer with my department, and I value your input, and I look forward to you being confident and sometimes courageous enough to express your opinions and your thoughts to me as your chief.
And I think it's important that we treat not just our employee, but the entire family of the employee. And we try to do that in our department, where we make those resources available to the kids, to the spouse. You got to treat the whole here. If you want that employee to be productive and as good as he can or she can be in their job, they have to have a good psychological home life too, as well as their professional career. So that's what I've seen. I've seen the progress. We can always improve. It's probably one of the most important things we do, I think, as an organization, is take care of our own.